Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're looking at the Game of the Year award winners to see which ones stand above all. We're including the Spike Video Game Awards, as the event was also created by Jeff Keighley.
Alright, let's go.
Number 10, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
The attacks he makes on himself can be seen here fully. He's carried out.
When it was released, few games provided as much content as Skyrim did. The fantasy RPG broke new ground in the industry. Gamers marveled at the number of missions and explorations at their disposal, with the world of Skyrim being too good to resist. While there is a primary goal to achieve, players can choose to traverse the open world instead. Skyrim's non-linear nature among a plethora of side quests means that there's virtually no end to the game. Although open-ended titles are common now, Skyrim helped bring this evolution to the forefront. Thanks to a large roster of human and fantasy characters to choose from, fans can have a brand new experience with each playthrough. Number 9, BioShock.
I chose Rapture.
Set in an alternate history, BioShock blends steampunk elements with a dystopian environment. The FPS also features RPG choices that heavily impact the ending. More than anything though, BioShock tugs at fans' heartstrings like few games ever have. Players can harvest the Little Sisters to gain heightened abilities, or protect them to add complexity to the plot.
You have shown kindness to my little one.
Gameplay complements the morality-based campaign, as BioShock can be completed with a touch of sensitivity or absolute ruthlessness. With such a massive responsibility in our hands, the narrative hits hard. The game is credited with normalizing compelling storylines, giving them as much importance as gameplay. BioShock as a series has an enduring legacy, but the original remains a cut above the rest. Number 8, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The third entry doesn't tweak the franchise's formula by much, yet perfects its template instead. Fans can enjoy a bigger, more beautiful continent while searching for Geralt of Rivia's adoptive daughter. Of course, the presence of a massive open world means you can do whatever you want.
Who killed them? Couldn't have been you.
I don't know. Must have been those beasts you slaughtered.
Guiding Geralt around the expansive environment is a treat in itself, as the game brims with a variety of quests. The series' rich lore is easy to get lost in, as multi-dimensional characters show up to progress the story. Fans invested in Geralt's journey are kept engaged, with frequent twists and turns across the sprawling runtime. Previous Witcher entries might have been well received, but Wild Hunt represents the series' peak. Number 7, God of War. Despite a list of acclaimed titles, the God of War series never won a Game of the Year award. It took a reinvention of gameplay and storytelling, but the 2018 entry finally snagged the big one. With an over-the-shoulder perspective, the first Nordic installment places us right into Kratos and Atreus' shoes. And thanks to a perpetually moving camera as a framing device, God of War feels like a storybook brought to life. Each realm has its own design and identity, setting them up as the backdrop for Kratos and Atreus' constantly evolving relationship. From Midgard to Jotunheim, it's a journey that's equal parts emotional and exhilarating. Number 6, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Oh no. No, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, you just hear me out for a second.
Flynn, we both know two people who were killed trying to lift something out of this place.
And one who made it out.
Yeah, barely.
I can't do this without you, Drake.
A game that never stops from the word go, Uncharted 2 is fun personified. It's like taking charge of a blockbuster action movie that has it all. Whether evading attack helicopters in Nepal or exploring icy caves in Tibet, Nathan Drake's search for Shambhala never lets up. Drake and the supporting cast also bring much-needed humor to an otherwise explosive affair, as Among Thieves carries a light atmosphere all the way through. Frequent combat and engaging puzzle sequences prevent the game from feeling repetitive, while the action continues to shift from one place to the next. There were many similar games at the time of its release. However, Uncharted 2 combines the genre's best elements for an entry that's perfect in almost every way.
Right, nice work, kid.
So what are we waiting for? Let's get out of here.
Number 5. Baldur's Gate 3.
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
No Dungeons & Dragons video game quite captures its atmosphere as accurately as this one. Along with an in-depth playthrough of its primary plot, Baldur's Gate 3 lets fans do just about anything they want. The interface, camera style, and options between single and online are also up to individual preference.
Then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete.
The story is curated according to the player, as different decisions lead to consequences unique to each choice made. This includes a deep set of characters who go far beyond their traits and attributes. Baldur's Gate 3 truly shows what a role-playing game entails, as players get the full experience from start to finish. Open-world games might be the norm in today's landscape, but Baldur's Gate 3 exemplifies what it means to have complete freedom.
Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this.
Number 4. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. The Legend of Zelda series ups the ante with each entry, and Breath of the Wild is no exception. A visually stunning adventure awaits fans, who control protagonist Link in the Kingdom of Hyrule. It isn't the most combat-heavy game, but quality platforming, thought-provoking puzzle sequences, and seamless free-roam gameplay make up for it. There's a particular focus on immersion, as the vast landscape can be explored in many ways. With few limitations in store, players can spend hours figuring out the intricacies behind Hyrule. Breath of the Wild has the required balance between story-based and hard-hitting gameplay, delivering on all fronts and then some.
Link, save yourself. Go. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Run!
Number 3. Grand Theft Auto 5.
His name is Esteban Jimenez.
Is he in a gang?
Curiously enough, I did not inquire when he bought the bike.
We got work to do, Employee of the Month.
Those who thought they'd seen it all with GTA 4 were in for a pleasant surprise with its follow-up. GTA 5 builds on its acclaimed predecessor to be an absolute masterpiece. Michael, Trevor, and Franklin share top billing, but controlling the three protagonists is entirely unique. Los Santos lives and breathes with content, which has since become seemingly endless thanks to GTA Online. Even as a single player, GTA 5 bursts with quality. Players can go on heists, battle crime syndicates, or just wreak havoc. Side missions add an extra flavor, popping up at every turn to keep fans busy. Its layered style of play was a global hit, becoming the second highest selling game of all time, along with bagging the Game of the Year award.
So, ain't that right, buddy?
Hey, my bad, homie. I picked C. Ain't that a bitch?
Number 2. Resident Evil 4. The impact that Resident Evil 4 made is still felt long after its release, as franchises like Uncharted, God of War, Gears of War, and more owe their success to this game. It laid the platform for the over-the-shoulder view that most third-person games employ today. Ingenious combat mechanics and inventory storage systems provide multifaceted gameplay, allowing players to do so much at once. The dynamic camera was another element that Resident Evil 4 revolutionized, making it far easier for players to control the action. The franchise has had its ups and downs, and Resident Evil 4 remains the highest it's ever climbed. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Elden Ring. Who would have guessed that combining the Dark Souls formula with an open-world setting would be such a triumph? Yes, it's as punishing as can be, and yet it's a pleasure to get lost in its magical backdrop, as the lands between are as rewarding as they are demanding. The gorgeous environment brings with it numerous quests that can be completed at any pace. With a huge backstory hidden in its environment and characters, the game's narrative absorbs fans into the journey to become the Elden Lord. The customization, variety of weaponry, intricacies of boss fights, all of it is beyond the pale of epic. Never doubt From Software. Which game of the year did you think was the pick of the bunch? Let us know in the comments.
With a thump, the armored man collapses, unconscious.
Enough. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.